Well, hello everyone, and welcome again to another live today, and hope you're having a great day. And back in the saddle. Nice to be back with you, and we're going to do question and answer Monday. Lots of questions have come in, and of course, I missed the last session, so good to be back with you. Mike from Lorland, how are you this afternoon, my dear friend? And Andrea, Niagara Falls. Did you guys miss me? Come on, admit it. Carol, how are you, from Wheatley? And Rain Cloud from Michigan. And Madeleine, how are you? Kippawa, Wendy, Markham, and Beverly, New Brunswick. And Wendy from Wasaga, Jocelyn from Baxter, Nick from our staff, and Linda from Uppsala. Yeah, Wendy says she missed me. I like a toothache, probably. Jeanette from our staff. Catherine, Parksville, British Columbia. Donna says she missed me. We appreciate that. Wanda, how are you? And Radha from Orlando. Laree, Surrey, BC. Yvonne, how are you? Nativity, nice to be missed. Madeleine, Saskatchewan. Giovanna, Welland. Lori from Alberta. And Diane, how is you? Beverly. And Sonia. Appreciate you guys. Okay. First time on is Julie. How are you, Julie? Welcome to The Doctor Is In. Bruno, Judy, and Anna, Gary from Bolton. Okay, Donna likes the afternoon session. Okay. And Tay in Edmonton says, hey, Sharon, Albion, what was that, Kansas? Jenny, Kristen, and Danny, how are you? Sandy. Okay, let me spray my throat. I got phlegm in there. Okay, a little bit of oil of oregano. That just put some hair on my chest. Okay. Okay, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Let's ask some questions. And let me just get to them here. Okay, Dr. Martin. Linda. Does Dr. Martin think permanent retainers cause any long-term health risk, plastic, metal, or neck? Linda, listen. We don't live in a perfect world. If you think you're going to get away from plastic, well, good luck with that, okay? Now, I know it's right in your mouth and they're permanent, and you know what? Look, here's what I suggest, Linda. Don't get all uptight about plastic or whatever, okay? Retainers, don't get uptight about it. Stress will make it worse. Minimize any side effect, Linda, okay? You're not getting away from plastic. On top of Mount Everest, I don't care if you have your own personal island in Costa Rica, in placentas of the babies, it's found everywhere, and apparently credit card. A credit card's worth of plastic you're accumulating every week. You're not getting away from it. What do? Make sure your immune system. The biggest thing is making sure, one, your immune system can take care of anything. Keep your liver clean, Linda, because with a clean liver, your liver is the detox organ. It will spew out glutathione, which is Velcro, which will pick up that plastic. So keep your liver clean. And when I say immune system, your gut, your especially L. reuteri and L. rhamnosus probiotics, those particular strains pick up plastic in your body and diminish your side effects. You're not going to get away, okay? I know. I'm not telling you you shouldn't, you know. I don't use plastic bottles, Dr. Martin. Well, good for you. And that's all right. But that's not going to save your bacon. You live on planet Earth. It's toxic. Plastic is everywhere. And for the next 1,000 years, if the Lord not come, we're never going to get rid of plastic. It's just the way it is, okay? And we can't we can maybe diminish it, but we need to take care of ourselves. That's the key. And the key organ, gut, yes, liver, specifically your liver. Keep it clean. That's why the reset is so good. Keep fat away from your liver. Okay? Thank you. Linda. Perfect to start off with Linda, aren't we? Angela. Dr. Martin said on chelation for someone who asked about clogged cholesterol. I don't think it was clogged cholesterol, but clogged arteries. I was hoping he would be more detailed about other means of what exact products would help. Well, look, chelation therapy is available. Okay, and I used to use it in my practice. You can use chelation via IV. Okay, there's chelation therapy with IV. There's chelation therapy with suppositories. And, but because I'm not in practice anymore, I can recommend them, but I can't prescribe them. And look, chelation, you can, EDTA is something that is found. You can put it in an IV. And you can put it in, and it's actually found in suppositories. So you can Google that if you want to do chelation. Okay, what else was that part of that question? It said on chelation for someone who asked about clogged arteries. Okay, and I've used that. And it has been used. I knew cardiologists that use chelation therapy for circulation, diabetic, bad circulation in the legs, and they would use chelation therapy, okay? Chelation, the word means bite off. It'll bite off those calcium and that can clog up your arteries. Beverly, flax seeds and soy were tested to be the two foods with the highest phytoestrogen content by far. What are Dr. Martin's thoughts on this? I know what you're trying to get at, Beverly. You think I don't know that? Or do you think I know it and you're trying to trick me? Okay? I know there's phytoestrogens. Like, phytoestrogens are not a bad thing. Okay? They're not. But soy elevates your estrogen level. It's far more than a phytoestrogen. Okay? Now, what's the difference between soy and flax seeds? Flax has, Beverly, lignans. 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 Lignans block estrogen. Flaxseed has 100 times more lignans than soy. Now listen, if you take an extract of soy, a phytoestrogen, okay? I actually do it in our menopausal formula. That doesn't elevate your estrogen. Okay? And so I know what they've done. I've seen the measurements, but what they're not taking into account are lignans, and lignans block estrogen, and flax seeds have 100 times more lignans than soy does. Okay? Thank you for the question. We appreciate it. I want you to think. I want you to ask questions. I don't want you just to go through life and don't ask questions. You want information? If you want information, you need to ask questions. I like that. Question me. Question me. Okay? I don't mind that. That's why we have these sessions. Nancy, Bell's palsy. What can be done about it? Well, it is a cranial nerve, an impingement. What causes it? Stress is a big factor. Viral, maybe. Cervical impingement. I used to see that the odd time. I would... anything with neurological, I'm big on B12. I would do a high dose of B12 therapy to stimulate the cranial nerve. I would go see a chiropractor to stimulate and unpinch cranial nerves. That's what I would do. Thanks for the question. Valerie, how does Dr. Martin take oil of oregano for an anti-parasitic, antifungal as a replacement for Candida cleanse? What is your opinion on silver salt? Well, look, I don't mind silver, but oil of oregano is a far more powerful antibiotic, far more powerful anti-parasitic, far more powerful antifungal. And look, we have it in, we have oil of oregano in drops. I put a few drops. I've made a spray. I got a spray container here with some oil of oregano in it and some saline solution. Makes a great throat spray. First sign of a bug. First sign of a sore throat. First sign, you just got the tickling in the throat, get an oil of oregano. Drops, you can put them under your tongue and pray. But you can make yourself a spray with some warm salt water. Put some oil of oregano in there with some Himalayan salt. Makes for a great antibiotic, antifungal, but you can take it straight up. It does not kill your friendly bacteria, and it'll make you pray. Okay? Spray and pray. Or drops and pray. It makes me pray. I'm telling you, that stuff is so strong, but it's so good for you. Okay? Thanks for the question. We appreciate it very much, Valerie. Okay? And look, silver, look, I use some silver over the years and as an antibacterial and you got to be careful. I've seen people do damage to their liver with silver, but I'm not against it. I really am not. Okay. Patricia, what do you think of the milk alternative? I don't. And it's called YoFit. Don't touch it with within 20 miles, and don't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Remember that expression? Why, Patricia? Because it's made from chickpea. Look, lay off the milk, okay? If you got a cow in the backyard, drink milk. Otherwise, what do you need milk for? You don't need soy. You don't need oat. You don't need almond milk. You don't need chickpea milk. This is full of oxalates. And I just don't like it. Why are you drinking that? I tell you, we got so used to this thought, well, I don't do well with dairy, so I better have another type of dairy-like drink. No, wait, you don't need that. Drink water and coffee. and cream. Like, lay off. You don't need milk. I love milk if I could get my cow in the backyard. Okay? You don't need it. I'm telling you, it's overrated. And don't touch that Yo-Fit or whatever it's called. What does Dr. Martin think of psyllium husk? Okay, it's a soluble fiber, but you know what I think, really, don't you, Judy, about fiber? I'm not big on it. It's overrated. I'm not saying you can't ever have it, but psyllium husk, and well, what does it do? Well, it makes you go to the bathroom. Okay, I like water better. The best fiber in the world is water and coffee. Okay? Because fiber's overrated. And psyllium husk, I don't know. I'm not big on it. Okay. Mike, I've been carnivoring. Okay. Today I thought about calcium. Okay. I don't know if one gets enough calcium on a strict beef, bacon, butter, and eggs diet. You get more than you need. You're going to get the nice thing, okay? Let me just remind you, Mike. Calcium is good for you, okay? Now think about the best source of calcium. Dairy's a great source of calcium. But when you're in the animal kingdom, Mike, it's the way it should be. I'll tell you why. Because when you're having an egg, when you're having meat, when you're having cheese, when you're having cream, when you're having butter, when you're having bacon, you know what you're getting? Calcium. But not only calcium, you're getting calcium with its partner. Calcium needs a partner. And God put food together so that when you eat calcium, you get vitamin K2 with it. Vitamin K2 is only found, Mike, in the animal kingdom. So the perfect combination of calcium plus K2 is found in the animal kingdom. It's not found in the plant kingdom. Now you can get some calcium from eating spinach and some other thing. Doesn't come packaged with K2. I'm not big on it because of that. You never want calcium without vitamin K2. And I'm going to do probably this week calcium and magnesium. Magnesium's important. So anyway, okay, Mike, let me put your fears to rest. I'm glad you're thinking, am I getting enough calcium? You're getting more than enough with its perfect partner, vitamin K2. Got it? Good for you. Caroline, is well fermented kefir low in sugar? Yeah. Well, look, it has a little bit of sugar. Dairy has some sugar in it. Okay? Now, cream has very little, but dairy has some sugar in it. But that's all right. It's not added sugar. Okay? You're going to get some sugar. Like if you go and look at a Greek yogurt, by the way. You got some sugar in there, but it's not added sugar. Okay? You've got dairy sugar. Not bad for you. Comes in nature like that. Okay? So, I'm not worried about that at all. And kombucha and what did you ask about? Kefir. I don't know how you say it. No, I wouldn't worry about it. If you're not don't add any sugar to it. You'll have some natural sugar in it. Deborah, what can cause flank pain? Well, lots of things. If it's on the left side, it could be diverticulosis. It could be kidney stones. It could be mechanical in terms of groin pain, to get flank pain. Sometimes you can get a SIBO that can give you flank pain. But I usually, whenever someone come in and they were complaining of flank pain, I was looking at diverticulosis, looking at perhaps Crohn's, depending on what was going on in their digestive tract. Okay. And Deborah's saying my bowels seem to be slow. Well, I don't know what that means in a way, Deb. Okay? Are you constipated? Okay? And constipation, it's not measured. Constipation isn't measured by how many times you go to the bathroom. Okay? Because if you're eating the right foods, there will be very little waste. You know, I was telling somebody yesterday, I think, well, she said, Doc, I got a small stool. I said, well, what are you eating? Eggs, meat, and cheese. Well, yeah, your body's using all of it. Why are you going to have a big stool with that? You know how you want a big stool? You don't get a prize for a big stool, by the way. You want a big stool? Eat a lot of carbs. You'll see. You'll get a huge stool. Whoopie doopie. What's that mean? Okay? So, if your bowel is slow, really slow, I would look at your thyroid more than anything else. You might be sluggish in the thyroid. Bonnie, what exactly is mast cell disorder? Well, I don't know. I hear about this stuff. Mast, M-A-S-T, cell disorder. It usually is sort of autoimmune, Bonnie. It is, you're almost allergic to yourself. That's really what mast cell disorder is, okay? And I'm never big on that diagnosis. I was much bigger on the diagnosis of originally of a leaky gut. You got leaky gut, your body doesn't recognize half the stuff. If you don't have enough stomach acidity, food comes undigested, protein especially, comes into the bowel, undigested. The immune system looks at it like it's a foreign invader, and you can get a mast cell, and you're allergic to yourself. You can be allergic to every scent known to man. You can be hypersensitive with hives and all sorts of things. But I always start reset, fix the gut, fix the leak. You got a slow leak. I like that. Okay. Thank you for the question. We appreciate it. Bonnie, Kathy, what are your thoughts on parasites causing cancers? Yeah, maybe. I am probably more inclined to lean towards yeast causing cancers. Okay? Fungus, candida. Now, I'm not saying that parasites couldn't cause cancers, but if you're asking me, they wouldn't be number one on the hit parade. They would be behind yeast and candida, which again, the only way you're going to get that into your bloodstream and then on into your tissue or whatever is through a condition called leaky gut. Yeast is the Trojan horse that comes in. Okay? It's the Trojan horse. And don't feed the bears. Don't feed the parasites either. They live on crap and sugar. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it, Kathy. Deborah, I don't need to lose weight. Okay, now Deb, don't put your hand up because a lot of people might not like you. Okay. You're skinny. And some people take exception to that. No, listen, I get it. And you're saying, I'm worried about the reset because I don't want to lose any weight. Well, look, you have to understand, Deborah, that the reset was never created for weight loss. Now, you get benefits of weight loss if you need it. If you need to gain, and I'm not one for the scale. Okay, Deb? So get off the stinking scale. Who cares? You happen to be built slim. I'm imagining, right? You're tiny. It's who you are. Here's a rule of thumb for you. Make sure you're eating enough protein, because if you're lean, I want you to be a lean, mean, fighting machine. Muscle. You can be tiny, skinny, and build muscle. Build muscle. Metabolically, it's the best thing you can do. Okay? Deb, don't worry about doing the reset. It's the best food in the world. You can be skinny as a rake and still have trouble with insulin and inflammation. And the reset is meant to help that. Plus, you're going to get a lot of protein. So don't worry about that. Okay. I love these questions. Joyce. Carbon 60 is an antioxidant. Well, I've never used it. I don't know. The most powerful antioxidant in the world is pine bark extract. There's nothing even close to it as an antioxidant. Now, your body makes an antioxidant called glutathione. But pine bark extract elevates your glutathione. Carbon 60, I saw all sorts of stuff on it years ago, and this is the best thing since sliced bread. When they tell you that it's the best thing since sliced bread, run. I didn't have patients that tried it that said this is the greatest thing ever. It didn't happen. They tried it and said, I don't know, it didn't seem to do nothing for me. I don't know. All I know is my research on pine bark extract. My research, my clinical findings on pine bark extract, my years of writing books on pine bark extract. I lectured the world. I went around the world lecturing on pine bark extract. Nothing is good. And it seems every week there's new studies coming out how good it is for you. Okay. Thanks for the question. Appreciate it. You just got to understand, Joyce, that when you ask me something, I'm going to compare it to something that I know. So I would say, here, you know how my little ladder goes. Good. I'm not saying carbon 60 is no good. Good, better, best. That's me. I want the best. It's like omega-3. People, doc, what about omega-3? Beautiful. I love it. What's the best, Dr. Martin, omega-3? Oh, okay. Now you're asking a different question. High DHA. It's the best. It's been proven to be the best. There's nothing like it. And so, good, better, best. I want the best. Okay. Thanks for the question. We sure appreciate it. Joyce, Charmar. What is Dr. Martin's opinion on using silicone products for baking? Now, Charmar, listen, silicone products for baking. Maybe up in here on this, on the scroll. Silicone products for baking. What do you mean by that? Okay. I didn't look it up. I just saw it now. What do I think of it? I don't know. I haven't heard of that. So maybe here, would somebody give me an answer or not send it to me after? I don't know what to even say about that. Amanda, what is Dr. Martin's thoughts on drinking out of and cooking with copper? Well, be careful. You don't want to get toxic with copper, okay? And you need a little bit of copper, a trace of it. Yeah, I guess copper cookware, I guess, is that popular? I'm not sure. Tracy, what is Dr. Martin's opinion on konjac noodles? Well, they can be very bloating. Much less carbs, okay? Konjac noodles. Yeah, I've seen them. I think I tasted them a couple of times. I see my face. I didn't particularly like. I know about konjac, by the way. Okay? I used konjac in a supplement years ago. I think it was called, I know it was called Nature Slim. Okay? I don't know about konjac noodles. I guess so. I'm not, if you gotta have a noodle. Monica, I'd like to know if the lectins in pumpkin seeds can be a no-no. Oh. Can be a no-no. Well, look, I'm not, again, guys, you're not a rabbit. Well, wait a minute. You're not a squirrel. I'm talking about seeds, okay? You know why squirrels love seeds? Because it helps them to keep them fat in the winter. I'm not big on seeds unless they're flax seeds, okay? I like flax seeds. The odd time you can have some hemp seeds. Don't smoke them, but you could have a few. I just not, you know what I'm like, guys. And I don't mean to be negative, but I'm not big on seeds. Because I said, you want to fatten up? Then eat seeds. You're not a squirrel. You're not a chipmunk. You don't have to get ready for winter. Okay? That's what they do. I don't know. I'm not big on those things. I just not, okay? Like I said, I like flax seeds because of lignans. Carol, how many drops of oil of oregano do you recommend to get rid of candida and parasites? Okay, so I answered that a little bit. Look, if you got parasites or you're suspicious that you have parasites, I would use a couple of drops of oil of oregano twice a day. Now remember, guys, remember this. We have oil of oregano in a capsule too. We put it in with our digestive enzymes, okay? Why do we do that? Well, because of SIBO, or SIFO, small intestine fungal overgrowth, bacterial overgrowth. For H. pylori, we love oil of oregano. So, can you get too much oil of oregano? I've never seen it. Like, the only thing with oil of oregano is not in the capsule, but if you're taking it in like the way I just did, okay? I'm going to spray it again. Ooh. I need to pray again. That stuff's strong. But it's so good for you. I've got some phlegm in my throat, okay? And it's been going on for a week or two, a little bit of post-nasal drip. And I know I just got to clear up these sinuses and that. We had a rough couple of weeks with, passing in the family and, a death in the family, and traveling and this and that. It was not fun. Okay. But I'm feeling great. Are plant-based probiotics the same as soil-based? Typically, they're pretty close. The soil are the best. I'm trying to think of plant-based probiotics. I got to think about that for a minute. But soil-based are the best probiotics. Nothing like them. They last forever and they're the best. Okay, Nora, thanks for the question. Donna, if a person is made to eat meat like Dr. Martin says, what do I tell my friend who says I have gout problems, so I have to be careful with eggs, meat, and cheese? Well, tell your friend, okay, that they're wrong about gout, okay? That it comes from eggs, meat, and cheese, okay? Now, I've done many sessions before on gout and uric acid. Uric acid is a byproduct of fructose. And you get gout when you have insulin resistance. You should see the research on this stuff. And it wasn't because the king was eating meat, okay? Because we call it the king's disease. He was just drinking too much wine, fructose, and beer, alcohol, high levels of insulin. Today, why do we see so much gout? High fructose corn syrup. Terrible stuff. Now look, I understand what purines are, but that's been discounted. Look, I guess maybe shellfish and I don't know. Even then, I don't believe it. I really don't. I have done the biggest, deepest dive on gout, and all of the new stuff on gout is due to insulin resistance and fructose. High fructose corn syrup. Man, that's bad. Listen, new study out. Let me just see. I got to get it here. So I just got to tell you about it. Maybe we'll cover it. You know me on high fructose corn syrup. Okay, the Journal of Hepatology and Nature. High fructose corn syrup. More bad news on it. It harms the liver, much like alcohol. Okay, I knew that. It drives insulin resistance without spiking insulin. Doesn't spike the insulin, but at the cellular level, it makes your cells resistant to insulin. And listen to this. It increases your uric acid, plus. It decreases your nitric oxide, circulation, gout. Big problem. So you tell them, okay, because I'm glad you asked the question. You tell them to get a hold of me. Okay, let's just see how many. Oh, I got a few more questions. Okay, we'll do that tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, Donna, thank you. And so I'll let Donna be the last one today. I'll finish up tomorrow. Plus, we'll look at a few studies. And we appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you for your patience. We love you. Thanks for being patient with me. Just missed out on a few sessions. Okay, guys, we love you dearly. We'll talk to you soon.